today is a really short video, but I'm going to show you a tip that will save you a lot of time and a lot of frustration. So you see here that when you're sculpting in wax, especially if you're trying to chase wax for casting in bronze metal, as a sculptor, you're going to waste a lot of time if your tool gets gunked up with wax on the end of it. Let me demonstrate. Working in wax is a lot different than clay because the wax is really tough. It's kind of sticky and it gets hard at room temperature, so you kind of have to dig at it and carve into the surface. And after a while, that wax builds up on the end of your tool. This is a dental tool, so it's going to be pretty simple to clean this thing off, but actually that wax will get pretty stuck to the end there, and it'll be pretty tough to just clean off with your fingers. It usually doesn't work very well that way, and if you leave it on there, it'll affect the detail in your piece. So most of us will just flip the tool around, which is also kind of lazy. But actually, if you've already done a lot of this carving in wax, you've probably already used a lighter like this to heat up the end, because when you heat up the end like that, it makes it much easier to get in there and carve away at that wax, because essentially it melts the surface of it right when you touch the tool to the wax. So at this point, it's probably pretty obvious that this is kind of a no-brainer video, but it's something that a lot of us may not think about while we're sculpting, because we really get in the zone, you know what I mean? So just take your lighter and heat up the end of that tool. Just barely melt that wax, don't burn it. And take a paper towel and wipe it off, and that's it. I'll flip the tool around and show you how difficult it is to wipe it off without heating it up. It'll kind of like tear the paper towel and leave pieces on your tool, and you don't want any of that. So all you need is one of those grill lighters. It's a really handy tool. I use it almost every day in the shop. You can see that wax caught on fire there, but it went out, and it usually won't leave any residue on the tool. Just don't get it too hot. I'll get a link in the description below too if you want to just go purchase one of those lighters on Amazon.com. Otherwise, just go to a gas station or hardware store or Hy-Vee or something like that. But that's all I wanted to show you guys today. Just a quick tip. You've probably already done this, but in case you don't do it very often, I would highly recommend keeping those tools perfectly clean while you're sculpting, because when you're carving in wax, like I said, it's really sticky, and it can really affect the detail in your work. So just grab one of these lighters and some paper towels and you'll keep it clean. If you feel that this video is useful for other artists, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't. I'll probably be putting out a video next week, but that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I will see you all next Thursday.